Malaysia, I wish you all a very warm and hearty welcome. To our moderator, Puan Shireen Kamaluddin, and to all those who have zoomed in from near and far. We will now begin the program with a welcome song, which is a word prayer by Srimati Visalakshi Nityanan. Sri Visalakshi is a vocal teacher, performer of the Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Indian Cultural Center of the Indian High Commission in Malaysia. Thank you very much, brother, for the presentation of the video. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, dear brothers and sisters, Now, taking over the flow of today's program, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our moderator for today, Puan Sharin Kamaluddin. Puan Sharin is an empowerment author, trainer, coach, speaker, and public relations consultant. She is the founder and CEO of The Empowerment, a training consulting and coaching firm dedicated to self-empowerment. Puan Sharin has written 2 self-empowerment bestsellers entitled You Are What You Believe. And the next one, Know Yourself, the Truth Will Set You Free. She is in the process of writing her 3rd book. Wake Up, Now Is All You've Got. Puan Sharin is a senior fellow of the Institute of Public Relations Malaysia. She was also the first woman president of Malaysia-Canada Business Council and president of Women for Women Association Malaysia. The abbreviation is WOW, W-O-W. Puan Sharin is a long-standing friend of the Brahma Kumaris. She has participated in many Brahma Kumaris workshops in Malaysia, at Mount Abu, New Delhi, India, Oxford and Peace Village in New York. Over to you now, Sister Sharin.
Thank you, Sister Bajo, for that beautiful introduction. And good evening and a very warm welcome to everyone who is tuning in tonight. And a very special thank you to our 2 honored guests, His Excellency Shri Meridul Kumar, Indian High Commissioner to Malaysia, and Sister Shivani. As you are aware, this event has been organized to celebrate International Women's Day. And we are indeed honored to have His Excellency, the High Commissioner of India to Malaysia, present his opening remarks. But before that, please let me share with you some background information on His Excellency. His Excellency Shri Meridul Kumar has been the High Commissioner of India to Malaysia since February 2018. As a career diplomat, he has undertaken various diplomatic assignments and served in many Indian missions such as Cairo, Egypt, Morocco, the United Kingdom, and South Africa. His Excellency is a graduate in Electronics and Communications from Delhi School of Engineering, Delhi University, India. And His Excellency has attended many management and leadership courses at Oxford and Cambridge universities. With that, I now have great pleasure to invite His Excellency Shri Meridul Kumar to deliver his opening remarks.
Namaskar, respected Sister Shivani, Sister Meera, office bearers of Brahma Kumaris Malaysia, all dear participants who have joined us from different countries across the globe. My greetings to the women folk today. Thank you, Brahma Kumaris Malaysia, for inviting me to be a part of this event to celebrate International Women's Day. Friends, the humanity is going through unprecedented, challenging times. The COVID-19 pandemic has caused a great crisis, the scale and depth of which is unfathomable. This pandemic, in a manner of speaking, has reset our ways of life, our daily conduct, and the way we transact our businesses with each other. With social distancing becoming a norm, the health, social, and economic harm caused by the pandemic needs to be dealt with in a comprehensive and a completely new way. Women across the globe are playing a leading role in not only fighting the pandemic, but also mitigating its harmful effects on the individuals, the households, the society, the nation, and the world as a whole. This pandemic has brought out the inner strength of women folk all over the world, which Thiruvalluvar, in his masterpiece, Thirukkural, has so aptly and eloquently defined as the women stay strong and as she stays true, greatness to greatness must accrue. First and foremost, women today are at the forefront of the health response against this pandemic. They make up almost 70% of the healthcare workers, the nurses, and the doctors. However, they are in the process getting exposed to greater risk of infection. At the same time, women are also shouldering much of the burden at home, given that school and childcare facilities have closed down since the coronavirus outbreak. With all the family members staying indoor, everybody is more vulnerable, more sensitive. Nowadays, the women have to play an additional role of teacher, tutor, and coach for their children to guide in their studies. They are spending more time preparing food as the entire family is at home the entire day. Those working from home face the twin challenge of managing the family as also their work. But we see umpteen examples of women demonstrating resilience, effectiveness, and leadership in this time of global crisis. Friends, we will definitely benefit from Sister Shivani's thoughts on women's role in the current pandemic times. Brahma Kumaris, as a noble organization, has put women at the center of its philosophy and vision. And this vision matches that of the great poet Mahakavi Subramanyam Bharati, who praised women in the following words, and I quote, "She walks with her raised head, with her eyes looking straight. She has her principles, unafraid of anybody. She has a lofty and knowledge-based pride. Women of excellence do not falter from the chosen path. She drives ignorance away. She welcomes the bliss of life. With learned mind, this is the dharma of emerging woman." Concluding with these words, I would like to thank Brahma Kumaris Malaysia for organizing today's event and for allowing me to share my thoughts on this very special day. Wishing you all a very happy International Women's Day. I thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for your beautiful, beautiful message. It really touched me. And you ended with a very beautiful quote from a famous poet. And I am sure those words will uplift the morale and the spirit of all women. Thank you so much for that lovely message. And now we come to the highlight of this program, which is to listen to our honored guest speaker, Sister Shivani. Sister Shivani, I am truly happy to finally meet you today, even though it is online. Somehow our paths had not crossed before this. So I am truly grateful for this opportunity to see you face to face. Sister Shivani, as you all know, has a huge following all over the world, including Malaysia. And millions of people, including myself, have listened to her talks on YouTube and the TV series Awakening with Brahma Kumaris. I have noted that whatever the topic given to Sister Shivani, She always speaks with stark clarity, and she shares her profound wisdom in a very simple and practical way. And that is what endears her to her millions of audiences all over the world. Now, Sister Shivani has toured all over Asia, the UK, USA, Canada, Africa, and UAE, touching millions of hearts through her public sessions and her radio and television programs. I have tuned in many times and see thousands of people in the audience listening to you, Sister Shivani. So you're doing a great service, and we are so pleased to have you here today. Now, it's very interesting that Sister Shivani graduated with an electronics engineering degree as a gold medalist from Pune University in 1994. She has also won several awards in recognition of her good work. In 2004, she was awarded Women of the Decade Achievements Award by the ASSOCHAM Leaders League for excellence in empowering spiritual consciousness. In 2017, she was named as a Goodwill Ambassador of the World Psychiatric Association. But the biggest award of all came in 2019, when the President of India presented Sister Shivani with the Nari Shakti Award, or the Women Power Award. And this is the highest civilian honor for women in India. And it was given to Sister Shivani for her role in transforming human behaviors. So, Sister Shivani, we are all eagerly waiting to hear you speak on the topic, the role of women in these current times. So over to you, dear sister.
Om Shanti and good evening. Let's take a minute of silence, a minute to ask ourselves this important question. What is my role in the current time? I, the being, the role of this being, this energy, the energy which thinks, feels, decides, speaks, comes into action. What is my role? And what is the power that I need and the world needs today? We all know the answer, but we need to seek the answer for ourselves. What is my role? Just visualize a situation where there is chaos outside. It need not be a global situation. It can be a simple situation at home. And as a family of 4 or 5, everyone is disturbed, anxious, insecure. It's a situation. What's needed in that time? And am I ready to be the one? That one who will remain calm and stable, understand and accept the situation. No blame game. Take responsibility. And by remaining calm and stable, I become the lighthouse for the house. It's for the family, the pillar. Then whether it is a family, it can be an organization, it can be a social organization, it can be the world. Am I ready to be that one? The lighthouse, the might house. What does the lighthouse and the might house do? Stands in one place, but gives direction to all. Direction, not instruction. Two different things. Direction. Just by being who we are, the light and the might, the light of knowledge and the power of the soul will give direction to all. This morning, the spiritual class that we study every day at the center, this morning, there was a very important line in that class, and it was, in the coming times, when people are in pain, not just physically, emotionally in pain, disturbed, don't know what to do, where to go for the solution, all that they will need is one person. That one person can be anyone around them, but they will need that one person whose mind will be absolutely still. Everyone disturbed, but one mind still, silent, pure, selfless, powerful. And that one mind will have the power to strengthen many, many minds. That one mind will have the power to give peace and power to many, many minds. Healing, like Brother shared, in times of COVID, all our healthcare professionals, whether it was nurses, doctors, there was COVID everywhere around, and they were right there in the middle of it. But they were healing. They were not thinking what is going to happen to me. They were healing. This is the power that is needed. The power to remain stable and to heal others. So that was physical healing. Now the need of the hour, the power to be able to heal people's minds. And we don't have to play any role for that. Our roles could be different. We could be a parent, we could be a leader of an organization, we could be a friend, anyone. You could be a person sitting in a public transport, sitting next to somebody, and your vibrations are radiating to the other person and healing them. Like when we walk into a temple, a church, there is an energy field there. There is a vibration. And when we enter into that place of worship, we, with our troubled and chaotic minds, upset mind, stressed mind, enter into that high vibration center. And within a couple of minutes, that vibration has overpowered us. And we start feeling calm. We say, just by coming here, I'm feeling better. So that place of worship becomes my healing center. It's healing for my mind, and that vibration radiates to the body, and it becomes healing even for my body. Now, we need to become like those healing centers, walking, moving healing centers, just by the vibration we carry, the energy field we carry. That is inner power. It doesn't matter whether you are a man or a woman. The power is of the soul. Man or woman, is this the costume we wear? It's just the costume. It's like a dress. Whether you wear a shirt or you wear a sari or whether you wear a suit, it's just the dress. The soul, the energy center, the need of the hour to be a high vibration energy center. Wherever you go, whoever you meet, whichever role you play, you're radiating vibrations to everyone around you. The global vibrational frequency of the planet was not very high even in 2019, because millions were living their life believing stress, anger, anxiety, worry is normal. When a human mind believes that negative, disturbed emotions are normal, what will happen? Just think. If I tell myself it's normal to be stressed, it's normal to get angry, it's normal to be scared, I create those emotions because I believe it's normal. And it is so normal that suppose I am not stressed in a particular situation, people around me will say, you're not stressed, you're not normal, how come you're not tensed? So if you're not tensed, you're not normal. This is what has become the condition of society. And so we encourage each other and we say stress is success. So if someone says, I'm not stressed, we say, why? No job, no work, business not doing well, you're not stressed. So we thought stress, anger, jealousy, competition, these were parameters of success. And so we allowed ourselves to create it. These are disturbing, turbulent, negative emotions. And every time we're creating it, we are reducing our inner power. We're reducing our inner power. And then our ability to adapt, to adjust, to remain calm in a crisis, we lost it. We can get disturbed by one slightest situation which is not my way. We can get hurt by one word which is not my way. We have a whole list of expectations. If not met, I feel let down. And most important, after all that, I blame people and situations for how I'm feeling. This is emotional dependence. The one thing which every woman has been asking for was independence. We said woman freedom. When we got independence, physical independence, we have it. Social independence, we can do what we want, we have it. Financially, most of us are independent. Now there's one independence left, emotional independence. Emotional independence is what we need to create now. And what is emotional independence? Whatever is happening here, every thought we are creating, every word we are speaking, it is our creation, independent, not living our life saying, I'm angry because of, I'm upset because of, I'm stressed because of. This is emotional dependence, where my emotions are dependent on people and situations. This is the most important independence that we need. This is the most important freedom every soul needs to have, emotional independence. Whatever I create here is my responsibility, not dependent on situations and people, because then we wait that when the world will be perfect, then I will be happy. When people around me are my way, then I will be happy. And while we were living our life through emotional dependence, came COVID. COVID was a physical health situation, but because we were living our life out of emotional dependence, and suddenly came a situation which was not our way, and then we had lockdown, so another situation which was not our way. Then business industry got affected, another situation which was not our way. Globally, billions and billions of us said fear and anxiety is normal. And when we said fear and anxiety is normal, we created it. And so actually in the last 1 year, the global vibrational frequency, which means the vibration of the planet, has dipped. The planet needed healing. Vibration should have gone higher. But because we said fear and anxiety is normal, we created it, allowed ourselves to create it. Vibration of the planet has dipped in the last 1 year. And the result, huge rise in mental health issues in the world. COVID was a physical health issue, and we were safe. We were inside our houses, safe and secure. But we created mental health issues because we did not experience and create emotional independence. Doesn't matter, man or woman. The soul had to create emotional independence. But we said fear and anxiety is normal. And we allowed ourselves to create that. And because of that, it did not remain as an emotional health issue. It even became a mental health issue for many. So the need of the hour. Very, very important lesson to be learned from 2020. I, the soul, need to start practicing emotional independence. And this is one independence which I don't need to get from society. It's not coming to me from society. It's not my spouse, my children, my parents, my colleagues. They don't have to give me this freedom. Emotional independence is my creation. Let's start practicing it right now. Simple. Every thought you create, every word you speak, every behavior, take personal responsibility. Even if someone doesn't behave the right way with you, someone can scream at you, lie to you, cheat you, exploit you. It's a stimulus. It's the stimulus. The stimulus is not right. Very true. But my response, how I think, how I feel, how I speak, how I behave, it's my creation. I am emotionally independent. We are not going to live our life like a victim and said, they did this, so obviously I was going to feel like this. No, it's not obvious. That's being a slave, that's being a victim to situations and people's behavior. They did this. This is my creation. Emotional independence. And that's the independence every soul needs to create now. That's the most important independence, because once we are experiencing emotional independence, it's not just inner power for the self, it's power which is going to empower many. And this is the only power which will be able to shift the world. Everyone's looking at the future and saying, what's the future of the planet? So whether it's in terms of climate change, whether it's relationships, whether it's physical and mental health issues, what's the future of the planet? Who's going to create that change? Is it going to be the power of science? Is it going to be the power of politics? Is it going to be the power of money? No, it's going to be the power of the mind. It's this inner power. In Hindi, there's a very powerful line. It's called Sanskar se Sansar. Sanskar means nature, my personality traits. Sansar means world. The world is created from here. The world is created by who we are. Our thoughts, our emotions, our vibrations radiate and they create the world. Every thought I create creates my mental health. Every thought I create radiates to every cell of the body, creates my physical health. Every thought I create reaches to people who I'm thinking about, creates my relationship. Every thought I create radiates, influences environment. Scientists all over the world are concerned about the planet. They are saying the world cannot stay very long like this. Who is going to change the environment? It's not just pollution outside. It's not going to happen just by no plastic, just by cleaning the air and the water. That's not going to be enough, because the highest level of pollution is happening from here. Billions of people creating stress, anger, anxiety every day. We pollute the air, we pollute the water, we influence the plants, the animals, the birds. That is how climate change will get resolved. So that's the inner power, emotional independence. That inner power, because thoughts manifest and they become a reality. We are not going to wait, what is the future going to be? We are going to create a future that we want to create. Even ask a little kid, what kind of a world you want? And they're very clear. They want a peaceful world. They want a world where everybody is in harmony. They want a world where there is unity. They want a world where nature is in harmony with people. Even a kid going to junior KG school also knows what they want. Important is how to create it. How to create a peaceful world. How to create a world where everybody is happy. We're looking for answers outside. Happiness is not outside. Peace is not outside. It's our nature. But then how to create it? By using my nature of peace in my every situation. This webinar gets over. You're back to your normal life. Someone at home says something to you which is not your way. How you respond that time, that immediate response to a stimulus that comes from outside. If you respond through peace, peace does not mean being passive. Peace does not mean I keep quiet and I just get abused and exploited. That is not peace. That is weakness. Peace is power. Peace means I remain stable. I say what I have to say, but I say it with dignity. I say it with dignity and respect. I say it without getting disturbed even a little bit here. So I am peaceful and then respectfully saying what I have to say. If I choose that as my response in that situation, I have created peace, I have experienced it, and most important, I have radiated it on the planet. In that 1 minute, I have contributed towards creating a peaceful world. That's how it happens. 10 minutes later, I get a call from work. Something went wrong. Situation is chaotic. I cannot say stress is normal, because then it's not just stress here. It is I'm contributing to create stress in the world. I first take charge. make my mind calm. It's fine. I have the power to handle any situation. I first take responsibility of this world and then I take responsibility of the situation. I'm contributing to creating a peaceful world. Tomorrow morning, I leave for work. I get stuck in a traffic jam. I'm getting late. Nothing is going my way. I remain calm, contact people, tell them everything, but I remain peaceful. I'm contributing towards creating a peaceful world. Creating a peaceful world is a very simple thing to do. It's very simple, provided we stop saying stress is natural in all these situations. Provided we stop saying hurt and anger is natural. This is emotional independence. And when we all start practicing this emotional independence, we will automatically start creating what we want. We will not live our lives saying they hurt me, they insulted me, they abused me, they disrespected me. People cannot do anything to us here. Let's remember, nobody can enter into my mind. They can do things outside, but they cannot get into my mind. That is actually the only freedom we have, emotional freedom, because this is not dependent on anybody. How much ever I say I have physical independence, I have financial independence, there is a limit. There is a certain dependency on something or someone. Emotional independence is the only one which is not dependent on anything, anyone outside. It's completely my creation. And that's the only one which we believe is dependent on everybody. So the need of the hour to shift that equation. Freedom. In Hindi, the word is Swarajya. Swa means I, Rajya means ruler. Swarajya means I am the master over myself, my mind, my sense organs, my words and behavior. I am the master. This is freedom. This is independence. And once we start living our life that way, not wanting happiness, not asking for love, not waiting to be loved, not waiting for respect, not like this. But power means to shift from being a seeker, wanting, taking, shift to giving. Being a giver is power. Giver in terms of peace, love, happiness, respect, trust, understanding. Not you trust me, you should understand me, you should have empathy for. No, I don't want anything. I'm a giver. I'm a giver. That is power. That is power. Standing like this is not power. I'm a giver. I will understand you. I accept you. I understand you. I trust you. I am calm. I am stable. Giver. Giver is power. Being a giver is power. And as we shift from seeking and wanting, shift towards being a giver, our vibrations will start shifting higher. We are not going through very easy times as far as the outside world is concerned. And it's not going to get easier anyways. It's not going to get easier right now in terms of the outside world. This is a time of pitch darkness. Morning, afternoon, evening, night. Pitch dark. But after pitch dark, the dawn is here. The morning is to begin. So like we go through a 24-hour cycle, like we go through a 365-day cycle, spring, summer, autumn, winter, but we know after winter, spring is here. Similarly, there is a bigger cycle which is also of 4 parts, which takes part on the planet. It's called the golden era of the planet, the silver era, the copper age, and then the iron age. In Hindi, it's called Satyug, Treta Yug, Dwapar Yug, Kali Yug. That Satyug, Treta Yug, which means the golden age and the silver age, heaven on earth, paradise. Everybody's heard about it. Everyone knows it was there. We know that paradise was there in the past. We know that. But important is, paradise is the future. Paradise was in the past, we know. But important is that paradise is the future. And every religion has taught us about it. Every religion has said, paradise will come, Jannat will come, Swarg will come. What is the meaning of that? Heaven or hell? It's here, it's a vibrational frequency. Paradise or Iron Age Kali Yuga? It's a vibrational frequency. So now that we have gone really low in terms of our vibrations, can't get lower than this. Lust, anger, jealousy, hatred, resentment, intolerance, vibration gone very low, pitch dark. But this is a time where two things are happening. There is a distinct difference, and that's why make a choice today. Which side are you going to stand? Billions of people are going to be on one side, lowering the vibration of the planet just by being who they are, just by being who they are. But all of us here today are going to take a decision that we're going to work on raising the vibration of the planet by raising our individual vibration, raising our inner power. What is pitch dark? Lust is pitch dark. Dawn, purity, ego, self-respect, stress, patience, anger, empathy, competition, cooperation, complaining, gratitude, fear, faith. Very, very distinct vibrations which are absolutely different. Choose which side am I going to stand. This is the time of awakening. Awakening. You know, in some homes at around 4 o'clock, some people are falling off to sleep and they will say, "Good night, I'm going to sleep." The other person will say, "Good morning," because it's time for them to wake up. I need to ask myself, because it is that time which is going on right now. Am I going to be the one saying good night, or am I going to be the one saying good morning? Which means, am I ready to invoke that morning on the planet? And good morning means awakening to a new way of thinking, new way of living, new way of being. Women power is not only about what we do. What we do, amazing. Amazing. We're doing a lot. But women power or soul power is about who we are inside here. Not just what we are doing. It's here, who we are. This Thursday, very, very important festival in Bharat and in all over the world. It's called Shiv Jayanti. Shiv Jayanti means the time for awakening. So this time when everyone is insecure about what the future is going to be, we don't need to be insecure. We need to start working towards that future because the future is beautiful. The future is actually a perfect world. A lot of people say we want a better world. Now it's not the time for a better world. It's not the time for a better world. It's the time for a beautiful, perfect world. Perfect world. You know, like it's an old house which starts crumbling. Now it's not the time to make that house better. Now it's the time to create a new house because this house cannot be patched up now. Now it's a new house. And new house means a complete paradigm shift on the planet. And it's going to happen. It's already begun. All that we have to do is choose on which side am I going to be. This side or this side. It's going to be two absolutely different sides now on the planet. Which side am I going to be? What is my thought, word, and behavior going to be? Is it going to be out of the 5 vices of ego, lust, anger, greed, jealousy, competing, racing against people, ready to do anything to go to the front? Is that where I'm going to be? Or I'm going to play the role that I am, but I'm going to do it with purity, with divinity, with kindness, with faith, with respect, with calm and stability. Then I'm shifting my vibration. Energy field will go high. You will become that lighthouse, mind house for everyone around you. Just being in your energy space, people will move up higher. Just being in your space, it will be like walking into a place of worship. They will meet you and they will feel better because you are going to be walking around with that high vibrational energy. Why? Because you're living your life that way. You are choosing to live a life of a high vibrational energy. That's inner power. And people will just come in your presence and they will feel better. You will be a healer, healer of the minds of people. Not a doctor, not a psychiatrist, not a counselor. That's only some people's role. Healer, healer just by being who you are. And your high vibrational energy, your purity, your power will heal people's minds. And most important, heal the planet. Shift the vibration of the planet. Kali Yuga, the Iron Age, is coming to its end. Doesn't mean the world is coming to an end. The world is not coming to an end. Some people think the world is coming to an end. The world is not going to come to an end. That way of thinking is going to come to an end. That way of living is going to come to an end. And a very new way is going to begin. That compassion, that empathy, forgiveness, which we read about, we talk about, which we experience once in a while. Now we have to make it our nature always, which means start living at a higher vibrational frequency, independent of what people around you are doing. Don't wait. When the world changes, I will change. No. When I change, the world will change. We are the creators of the world. We are the creators of the new age. The world is waiting. Can't wait anymore. Now, how to raise my vibration to this level? How to shift? It's like a battery here, depleted. How to charge this battery and take it to 100%? A battery gets discharged on its own, but doesn't get charged on its own. You have to connect it to the powerhouse. Time has come to start charging the battery. This charging the battery, this energizing the battery, this is meditation. This is spiritual power. Nowadays, when we meet people, we meet heads of organizations, corporate houses. Earlier, they used to say emotional quotient. Now they're saying we want spiritual quotient. Not very sure what it is, but we want that. I said, what is it? Why do we want that? I said, because we're getting very troubled with all the current situation. We know that we need spiritual quotient. What is spiritual quotient? Spiritual quotient is that high vibrational lifestyle where we are using the 7 original qualities of every soul: purity, peace, power, love, happiness, knowledge, bliss. 7 original qualities of every soul. These are the qualities of every soul. But when I use those 7 qualities in my every karam, in my every action, I am being spiritually intelligent. That is a high spiritual quotient. But when I'm using the opposite of those 7, then my spiritual quotient is very low, very, very low. So now it's not just about being intelligent. It's not just being an achiever. It's about being spiritually intelligent also, because spiritual intelligence will change the world. And that's what everybody's looking for. That's the only power now that can sustain and transform this world now. So using those 7 original qualities in every karam, which means in our every action, I need to then emerge those 7 qualities. And that's what comes through meditation. That's what comes through spiritual study. So today, gift yourself. Important to gift yourself, not just celebrate the day. Make a commitment. Gift yourself at least 60 minutes every day to energize your mind and body. 1 hour for yourself, 23 hours for the world. But even that 1 hour when we energize ourselves, we are actually changing the energy of the world. 1 hour. It's that 1 hour. That's what I learned when I came to the Brahma Kumaris. Everything else is the same, but that my morning 1 hour changed. And what was that 1 hour? That 1 hour was meditation and spiritual study. Connecting to the higher power, the supreme power, the ocean of purity, love, peace, and power. Because for a battery to get charged, it cannot happen on its own. It cannot happen by connecting to people because they are also batteries. It can happen only by connecting to the powerhouse. We all remember God. We all love God. We all pray to God. We worship. We thank. We ask for forgiveness. We all do it. But now important, connect to God. Connect to God. Not just remember God. Connect to God and connect and energize yourself with God's power. Energize. Not just worship God's power and qualities. Connect and energize yourself with God's power. That is meditation. So instead of the first hour of the morning being with the phone, being with the TV, being with what is happening out in the world, the first hour is not for the world. The first hour is to energize my mind to change the world. If I consume the world onto my mind in the first hour, then I'm consuming the lower vibration of the world onto my mind. And during the day, I will only react to the world in the same emotion. But the first hour, if I energize myself, then throughout the day, I'm going to respond to the world through a higher vibration. And that will change not only me and people around me, that will change the world. Make a simple commitment today. You're not going to look at your phone for an hour in the morning. Technology is playing a very, very important part with soul power right now. It was designed to make our lives comfortable, and it has made our life very, very comfortable. But if we don't use it the right way, then that same instrument which was designed to make my life comfortable actually is becoming an issue of problems in my life because I'm not using it the right way. So it's not about the objects, it's about the user. It's about the user. Nobody wrote on that phone that please see it as the first thing in the morning when you wake up. No, it was only a gadget to be used for communication, not to be looked at first thing when I open my eyes. After a deep sleep, this mind is absolutely still. It's like a blotting paper which will absorb whatever you put onto it. I just open my eyes and I look at the phone. And I'm like, just scroll for 5 minutes. Not that you're spending an hour in the morning, but just scroll for 5 minutes. Emails, messages, world news, and social media handles. 5 to 7 minutes. It just needs that much time. And in those 5, 7 minutes, I've absorbed the world onto my blotting paper. Now my blotting paper is saturated already. Now sit for meditation. And you won't be able to meditate because now your mind will start scattering here and there and it's got too many thoughts there. So we all pray, we all meditate, but we first look at the phone and then we sit to do all that. It's not going to happen. It's like cluttering my mind with everything and now wanting to focus and concentrate. No, it has to happen after my energizing. I have 23 hours after that. For that first hour, still clean blotting paper. Fill it with God's power, God's knowledge, spiritual principles, spiritual wisdom. Saturate your blotting paper with that first thing in the morning, and you're going to be a completely different person during the day. Completely different person. And that's why we were taught well begun is half done. That's that well begun, the first hour of the morning, well begun. So the morning is not for content consumption from the world. It's for content consumption of the highest vibration. Emotional health gets affected by emotional diet. What we watch, read, listen. This is going to change the world. What we watch, read, listen. If somebody had to draw a graph of the world, media versus state of the world in the last 50 years, last 30 years, you'll see a direct connection coming there. The first television set, the first phone, then the internet, then the OTT platforms, see a direct connection between mental and emotional health with content consumption. Every click we are consuming, every few seconds we are consuming, and quality, question mark. So content, quantity and quality. This has to stop. I have to protect myself from this. Nobody else can do it for me. People will keep sending me. I will be flooded with content. But what to consume, how much to consume is my choice. Like we are all very diet conscious. So people can lay down 10 items on the dining table, but we are very careful. Somebody will say, I'm dairy free. Somebody will say, I'm gluten free. Someone will say, I'm no sugar. So good, right? Choices. So we make a choice what to eat and we just leave the rest. Similar choices we need to start making with content because what I watch, read, listen is who I will become. So people will send you lust, anger, greed, violence, corruption, ridicule, criticizing people. Choose. Choose what you are going to watch, read, listen. Don't just consume it because once I consume it, I become it. I become that. Nobody can stop me from becoming what I consume. So now choose purity, choose faith, choose compassion and kindness. Consume that content first. That's spiritual study. That's what I learned when I went to the Brahma Kumaris. That morning 1 hour began with consuming that content. The rest of the day just flows naturally. Just naturally. Nothing much to do in the rest of the day. Just a healthy diet first thing in the morning. That spiritual study and that meditation and connecting to the higher power, charging your battery first thing in the morning allows you to be at that vibration, then respond to every situation that comes your way through that vibration. Now, it's not just going to be inner power for the self, power to everyone around you. And in a very subtle way, we're not even aware, it's power to the vibration of the planet. Just that 1 hour of the morning can change everything, can change everything. So let's gift ourselves that inner power, emotional independence, 1 hour for self-care. We can't live our life saying, I'm very busy, I have more than I can manage, I don't have time for myself. Then I'm cheating myself and I'm cheating everyone around me because I'm not charging myself and I want to do so much. I want to do so much. I want to manage work, I want to manage family, I want to manage home. The more I have to do, the more I need to energize myself. If I don't use my phone through the day, I don't need to charge it. But the more I want to use it, the more I will have to charge it. Same for the mind. Same for the mind. So gift yourself today 1 hour. Experiment. Don't need to believe all this. Just experiment with it. Just experiment. Take out 4-5 days. I'm sure Sister Meera would have organized a Raj Yoga meditation course for all of us, and I'm sure the details of that will be shared with us. It could be at the center, it could be done online. Begin. Let's begin. Let's finish living like a victim. We may be an achiever, but we're still living like a victim if we are blaming the world for how we feel. Let's become that lighthouse, might house, an angel for the world. An angel for the world, creators of the new world, just by simple shifting ourselves to that higher vibrational frequency, because the time is now. It's now. The time has come for that paradigm shift to happen in the world. It's only that now we will have to choose which side am I? That old house which is crumbling, or am I going to be a part of building the new house? That's leadership quality. That's leadership quality. Being a part of the new creation. And the Brahma Kumaris, that's what is offered. Whichever part of the world you are, whichever city, whichever country, there is a center close to you. And sisters or brothers are always there to share with us simple method of meditation. It is so simple that anyone can do it, any age group. And just begin. Just those few minutes in the morning going to change me, energize me, empower my family and colleagues, and change the world. That is our role in the present time and role of every soul, not just role of a woman, but role of every soul. Doesn't matter which costume you are wearing. All of us together have to create that new world. Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
Thank you so much, Sister Shivani. You gave us much more than we bargained for or even expected. It wasn't just a message to empower women, but you actually empowered every individual. And you have given us so many gems to take home. If I can just summarize so that we all remember to follow your simple, practical tips. You spoke about inner peace that will lead to spiritual power. And you gave us so many simple tips, the most important of which is if we can give ourselves just 1 hour a day to energize ourselves, to keep our minds, feelings, and actions peaceful, we become a very, a big powerhouse, as you said, a healing tower, a lighthouse. If we imbue ourselves with all these positive energies. And if we can choose to live from this place of a higher vibration, we will certainly be able to do our bit to energize the world and to bring healing to the world. So you have brought so much comfort to our hearts, minds, and souls. Thank you so much, sister. We truly value every gem that you have given us today. And I'm sure that we will take back and try to practice this for our own benefit. And sister, I know that you are so busy, so thank you so much for making time for us. And on behalf of everyone present here, we wish you abundant blessings as you move forward in your noble work. May God bless you abundantly, dear sister. We love you very much.
Thank you so much.
Again. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Wow, it's hard to, Sister Shivani touched us very, very deeply. And we wish that we could have stayed in that beautiful, beautiful space that she created for us. I'm actually moved to tears by your message, dear sister. But luckily, next on our program, we have Sister Mira, who is a dear soul and who is going to take us through a few moments of silent reflection. Now, let me just say a few words about Sister Mira. I have known Sister Mira for many, many years now. And thank you, Sister, for inviting me to be a part of this program. It is my honor and privilege. Didi Mira is the director of the Brahma Kumaris in Malaysia. And she joined the Brahma Kumaris in 1968 when she graduated from Mysore University with a Bachelor of Science degree. Now, Didi Mira is fully dedicated to serving humanity, like so many of the sisters and brothers in the Brahma Kumaris community worldwide. For the past 52 years, she has traveled to more than 50 countries, sharing the wisdom of Raja Yoga. So Didi, it is very timely that you continue this feeling of peace that has been created by Sister Shivani and take us through a few moments of silent reflection. Over to you, Didi Mira.
Thank you very much, Shireen. And good evening and greetings of peace to everyone. As Sister Shivani mentioned rightly, this is a message for all souls, whether we are in man or women costume. And so for the next few minutes, let us disidentify from our role, whether I'm a daughter, mother, father, manager, CEO, whatever role you may be playing. For the next few minutes, let us disidentify from the role and try to become real. And in order to realize the real, I need to give some time, quality time to myself. I would request all of you to sit relaxed and turn your mind within and visualize yourself as a living energy, a living light, sparkling in the center of the forehead. Hold that awareness of being light. And as I continue to hold that awareness and focus my thoughts deep into that being of light, I dive deep into myself and I begin to discover the beautiful qualities that is within the being of light. I am peace, a being of peace. I am love. I am full of power. I am a pure soul. I am a happy soul. I allow these positive qualities and its vibrations to fill my mind. And in this true self-awareness, I begin to feel myself becoming very, very light, weightless, beyond my role, being me, the real self. I attain mastery, freedom, to lift my consciousness beyond the body, my role, and I see myself moving upwards as a being of light, enjoying freedom. And I am connected to the supreme light, the source of peace, the source of love, the source of power. I allow myself to remain connected with the source. And I feel I am recharged. I feel I am empowered, energized in this connection with the supreme light. And now slowly, I, the being of light, fully charged with the positive energy, I slowly return to my role, to my body, and see myself seated in the center of my forehead. As I begin to play my role during the day, this energy that I have accumulated begin to radiate in all my actions, interactions, in my relationships around. And let me keep reminding myself many times during the day, I am a soul, a living light, a peaceful soul, a loveful soul, full of positive energy. So then we are able to remain emotionally independent, not being affected by the reactions of people and situations around, I have total freedom to be myself. So let us take this as a gift for this Women's Day and put it into practice. Remain energized and let us become the healers through this spiritual energy and use this healing power to heal our world. So together we bring a better world by making ourselves a better self. So always remember, when I change, the world changes. So let us change ourselves by giving quality time to be ourselves, the real self, and play the role in that real consciousness to radiate positivity. Om Shanti. Om means I am, Shanti, peace. So greetings of peace to each and everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Didi Mira. That was a beautiful silent reflection, and it was so apt that you picked up on all the points that Sister Shivani shared with us about being a powerhouse, energizing ourselves, and being able to be peaceful, loving souls, and radiating that peace and love out to everyone and heal this planet. Thank you so much, Sister Didi Mira. As we are coming to the end of this program, unfortunately, it has been a beautiful program, but Dato' Lechumanan Ramadan would like to offer a few words of thanks. Dato' Lechumanan Ramadan, or Brother Lechu, as we fondly know him as, is the President and the National Coordinator of the Brahma Kumaris Malaysia. He is also the coordinator of the campus at the Asia Retreat Center in Dengkil, Selangor, Malaysia. Brother Lechu also represents Asia in serving as the trustee member of the Regional Coordinators Committee of Brahma Kumaris. Now, Brother Lechu retired from the Malaysian Civil Service in 2017, where he was the Director General, Department of Biosafety in the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment. So Brother Lechu, nice to see you again, and over to you for your word of thanks to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Shireen. I take this opportunity to thank everyone for attending this very beneficial event on the occasion of the celebration for women. I also particularly like to express my deep appreciation to His Excellency Sri Mridul Kumar, High Commissioner of India, where he really highlighted the capabilities of women in today's world and how there are women today in all sectors of activities and then the number of women really performing very well are really increasing. So that itself reflects his availability to give a message, reflects that how much commitment he has to see that there is development in the women sector, the role of women. And Sister Shivani really spoke so much. It was so rich. There's so many things that we can learn from her. She spoke so much that I'm not sure she really had the time to breathe, so to say. Really, she spoke so much in such a short time. And I like the point when she said that, we must be totally independent. That I must not allow myself to be influenced by external factors. So long as I am able to use my internal energy, so long as I pay a lot of attention to develop this internal energy by some of the methods, waking up early in the morning, be very determined and practice now and then, and have that commitment that I really have to develop my internal power, we can become completely independent and maintain our happiness and peace all the time. Some people think all these things are nice to talk. When come to practical reality, I don't think it is possible. There are people who think like that, and therefore they just ignore this very useful knowledge that's being shared now and then. But really, really, this knowledge is easy to practice. You have seen how Sister Shivani, how can a person who is not practicing spiritual knowledge speak like her? It is just not possible. This is not something that she has read and come and she is just delivering to all of us from the memory. No, this is a practical reality. In fact, each one of us, when we begin to practice spiritual knowledge, when the spiritual knowledge begins to root in ourselves, when we begin to feel the growth of that seed in ourselves, we develop so much of confidence, and through that confidence, we, at the level we are, we can become an example for others to live a happy life. So on this short note, I thank all of you for coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Brother Lachu, for your word of thanks to all of us. Dear friends, all good things must come to an end sometime. But before you leave, the Brahma Kumaris Malaysia would like to give you a gift of blessings. And I would like to invite back Sister Bajo to explain how you can receive these blessings online. And I have to tell you beforehand that each blessing is truly amazing. You will find that the blessing you receive is specially meant for you. So enjoy the blessings that you are going to receive now. So over to you, Sister Bajo.
Thank you, Sister Sharin. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we all heard the amazing roles that women of today play. Everyone deserves a special blessing, as Sister Sharin has mentioned, from the Brahma Kumaris Malaysia, and this will be done by your selecting a number from number 1 to number 8. Please remember the number you have selected, and your blessing will appear on the screen. So let's do the blessing first after which we will hear the activities that are forthcoming. Your Excellency Shri Mridul Kumar, dear distinguished ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, thank you very much for your kind participation in celebrating with us the International Women's Day 2021 this evening. On behalf of Brahma Kumaris Malaysia, we wish you all good night, stay safe, and stay healthy. Good night and Om Shanti.